Traders, welcome back to another price action trading lesson here. Today started off with an uptrend working higher with a break and a new extreme. This all happened in the overnight session here. Then we transferred into some downtrend here with a break and a new extreme here. There was a decent failed second entry long right here, but it happened right at market open. And I like to be patient on setups right at market open, but this is a decent setup to take a chance on. First entry long, pullback, second entry long, failure. Downtrend needs a new extreme. Great failed second entry long here. Downtrend pushed lower and created the new low. And then at this point, we'd be pausing longs. I wouldn't have this wider spike in the channel just yet. But you can see this push down and then another push down, which is already giving us a sign, hey, there may be some wider downtrend and play some secondary channels. So I was starting to think about something like this. So let's see what happens here. We had a first entry short pullback, second entry short. I had a small uptrend in place, so I was considering some lower high in this area. Downtrend needed a new extreme, so let's see what happens. We pushed higher, but we have the break in the new high of the uptrend. So the lower high didn't form, but now at least this leg played out with a break in a new extreme. So I'm starting to think about some push below the EMA and maybe some lower high or failed second entry long to capitalize on this downtrend needing a new extreme. And sure enough, we get the push. So at this point, I was looking for the lower high for the failed second entry long, but unfortunately nothing formed. It just pushed straight lower and created the new low. So now this downtrend played out with a break in a new low. So I'm pausing looking to go short. At this point, I want to see more price action to see what the next pattern is going to be. So I wouldn't have this wider downtrend just yet. So we have, looks like a first entry short, but we have this uptrend in play here. So you have a second entry long here, but I'm not too interested in the second entry long. For one, there's an overshoot. And for two, there was a chance that we could draw some wider channel. So I was a little bit patient in this area. I wanted to see what was going to be the next established pattern. But you had two factors to keep you out of this trade. Downtrend in play, and you had this overshoot. But now uptrend played out with a break and a new extreme. And this push below the EMA is quite telling to what the next market cycle is going to be. The fact that this uptrend got a break and a new high and didn't reverse, but instead pushed back below the EMA, it's a good sign that this downtrend is in fact in place. So I'll start to consider some failed second entry long here. And you can see we just push lower. You get the failed second entry long here. Problem is this is a horrible signal bar. And this little short-term downtrend played out with a break and a new low. And then I'm still not giving up on this downtrend looking low, so I was still trying to find some other pattern to suit this downtrend needing a new low. But unfortunately, prices just pushed straight lower and created the new extreme. So now I'm pausing, looking to go short at this point, and I want to see what the next pattern is going to be, next market cycle. So you have a first entry short pullback, second entry short here, but it's meaningless because downtrend played out to break into new extreme. So there's no context supporting this trade. And you can see we reversed higher here. So now we have an uptrend in play, but we quickly have a break and a new extreme of that uptrend. So let's be patient and see what the next market cycle is going to be. But you can see this is quite a significant move up here. And this was an important area because there's a downtrend in play here. And the fact that we pushed back above the EMA like this, and we didn't even attempt to create a new low for this downtrend, instead we just pushed higher. It gave me the confidence to go ahead and draw this uptrend here, and you can see it even gets confirmed here, and then another push up. So now at this point, I'm playing this wider uptrend, and I'm starting to think about some second entry long at the EMA, and even more so you can see how strong this move up is. So it's quite clear that this uptrend's in place. So I'm starting to think about some second entry long at the EMA here. You can see all these first entries working higher. So you have a downtrend in play. It'd be nice to see some break into extreme, potential failed second entry short above the EMA. And sure enough, you have a downtrend with a break in a new low. So now I'm starting to think about some failed second entry short above the EMA because this uptrend here needs a new extreme according to trendline rule. So you have a first entry short here. Can we get some failed second entry short above the EMA? And at first, I was thinking we were going to get a tick lower here and some failed second entry short bullish bar here. So I was starting to think about some failed second entry short in this area, but our follow-up bar was bearish. So I was starting to think, okay, maybe we're going to enter in some trading range, or maybe it's going to be something different before we get the new high, another push lower. But then this follow-up bar formed, which is a strong bullish bar. And it felt a bit aggressive because it is a little bit stacked, but there's context is on your side here, and that's the reason why I went ahead and risked this setup, because you got this strong uptrend in play. You have a downtrend that played out with a break and a new extreme, so the bearish, the bearish bias is over, and now you have the first entry short, second entry short failure. Uptrend still needs a new high. Context is supporting the bulls. So it is a little bit stacked here, but there's a lot of variables that are signaling that the bulls are going to want to get a new high here. So I went ahead and took a risk here on this failed second entry short, and it worked for a nice scalp. And then sure enough, prices created the new extreme for the uptrend. So now I'm pausing, looking to go long. I want to be patient and see what the next market cycle is going to be. You can see we're working quite sideways here, but then we push up and create another higher high. But I'm still patient at this point. I'm still playing it as a new high. So I'm patient. I'm just seeing what the next market cycle is going to be. The fact that we rejected here is already a sign, okay, there may be some wider downtrend in play. And sure enough, prices continue pushing lower. So I'm starting to play this wider downtrend here. And I'm thinking about some second entry short at the EMA. A small uptrend in play. You have a first entry short. Prices push lower and confirm our trend line even better. So we had some potential overshoot here, and you can see it caused a break of the trend line. So now you have an uptrend with a break and a new extreme. So can we get some failed second entry long below the EMA, excuse me, to capitalize on this downtrend needing a new low? And sure enough, we push below the EMA. You have a first entry long pullback, second entry long failure. This is the failed second entry long we're looking for. Problem is, on my chart, the signal bar formed a little bit bullish. I wanted to see a better close here, a stronger bar. So I was patient on this trade, but this is in fact the failed second entry long that we were looking for. Uptrend played out the break in a new high, failed second entry long below the EMA, downtrend still needs a new low. But the bullish, the bar just wasn't strong enough for my liking. So same thing here. At this point, I could see the two-legged pullback, first leg up, break, second leg up, perfect measure move. So I'm starting to think about the failed second entry long again. So you have a first entry long. Can we get some failed second entry long here? And there's no tick higher to create the failed second entry long, and we just push lower. So no worries. At this point, we have this downtrend working lower. So I'm starting to think about some second entry short at the EMA. You have a first entry short, and the first entry short already pushed and created a lower low, so we have to reset the count. But it would have been nice to get some second entry short here as well to capitalize on this downtrend needing a new low. And then we pushed higher here. So you can see it's turning quite sideways at this point. But the bears eventually did come down and test the new extreme for the downtrend. Here. And then we had a tiny break and a new extreme for the uptrend here. But you can see perfect price action, downtrend needing a new low. This was just like a prolonged bullish correction. And then prices pushed lower and created the new low for the downtrend. So perfect price action. And at this point, we're just getting a little bit too late. This is quite a significant move down. So it looks like there's probably some additional channel working lower like this. But we're already getting too late in the day. It looks like that's how the market we have a tiny break and a new low, but I'd monitor this correction to see what the next market cycle would be after this strong lay down, tiny break and new low. Let's see, are bears going to consider this a break and a new low, or are they going to want to see, you know, a stronger push to the new low after this significant move down? But once again, it's real late in the day, so they may have thrown in the towel. They may take profits, um, and it may end in some sideways action. But yeah, guys, this was a great trading day. I'll kind of go through it in summary. Once again, we have an uptrend with a break in a new high, downtrend with a break in a new extreme. It led into another little secondary channel that had a break in a new low, and an even wider channel that created a break in a new extreme here. Eventually, I drew this trading range because prices were getting quite sideways, but you can see we quickly pushed out of the trading range with a break in a new high. And the fact that this downtrend didn't even get an attempt to get a new extreme, um, or somewhat of a reversal, it just pushed up instead. I went ahead and drew this wider uptrend. We broke the highest high, so it even got more so confirmed. We had a downtrend with a break and a new extreme. Nice failed second entry short above the EMA to capitalize on the new extreme for the main uptrend. A second leg up for the new high, and then prices eventually reversed lower. You had a downtrend working lower. Nice measured move, two-legged pullback. Um, Looking for the failed second entry long here, but unfortunately we didn't get a tick above here. Then we had another little prolonged bullish correction, but eventually prices pushed lower and created the new extreme. Then we created some significant move lower, so we went ahead and drew this new downtrend. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too late to capitalize on it, but we have this new downtrend with a tiny break in a new extreme. But at this point, we'd monitor this correction and see if bears are actually going to want to see a real new extreme, since this was such a small break on this significant move down. But once again, it's just a little bit too late, so they may throw in the towel. We may get some sideways action, or we would have to see prices print to see the next market cycle there. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys had a good trading day. If this video was helpful for you guys, feel free to hit that like button below. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I actually have a trading community where I post charts daily in real time, and I'm here to answer any questions you guys may have in real time. If that's of any interest to you guys, please feel free to check out the link in the description below. But other than that, I hope you guys had a good trading day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.